It's really starting to get hot today, and I can't turn on the air conditioning until I record this. So here we are at the end of July. I'm almost done with my sabbatical. I go back into the office in August, and the main portion of this video will be to share with you some new exciting episodes I planned when I get back to work. But as you all know, I've been working on that huge work for chorus and orchestra during my sabbatical. I just completed a Lux Aeternam. Most of the text of my Requiem is non-traditional, but I decided to use the traditional Eternal Light portion of the Requiem Mass for this work. Now, I had to compose this part completely fresh because I didn't have any sketches. And all of a sudden one day, I just got this great inspiration. Even though the text is Lux Aeternam, Eternal Light, I'm basing the entire melody for orchestra and chorus on, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, it is. It's the Exultet. So I was really inspired when I did that, and I've turned this into a modern, almost minimalist work for full orchestra and chorus. And I'm really proud of that. I just completed it this week, so it's still fresh in my head. When I've been on sabbatical, I really made a conscious effort not to do church work per se. When I'm writing music, of course, it is church work in a way. And I've had to redefine and look at my own theology when it comes to a requiem to set it to music. But it's a different type of language. Music is a different language. So what I'm trying to say is that I've stayed away from any theological work, but I could not help but pick up an excellent book this summer, and I've read a little bit of it, and I made a conscious effort to pull away, so it's a short book, but I still haven't completed it, but I can talk about it. And it's John Dominic Crossan's book, just published, entitled How to Read the Bible and Still Be a Christian. Now, there's a theme that runs through this book, and it's encapsulated in one perfect Crossan phrase. He talks about the normalcy of civilization. The normalcy of a civilization is, of course, the God of retribution. Retributive justice, as opposed to divine justice, which is equal distribution. He calls it distributive justice. And we see this battle in the Bible, in all of Scripture, going back to the First Testament, working its way through the Second Testament, even into the letters of Paul. And of course, the Bible ends with one of the most violent books ever written, called Revelation. And Crossan tries to weed out and figure out this whole idea of the God of retribution and the God of equal distributive justice. It's a theme that runs through many of his books, from The Power of Parable. He also talks about it in The Greatest Prayer, God and Empire, I believe. And much of Crossan's work seems to focus on this. And trust me, it's not a broken record, and he's not a one-subject author. But what he's able to do and is able to find is this struggle that happens in Scripture, this fight between the normalcy of civilization and the true God of peace and justice and divine justice, of distributive justice for all. So this is a book I'm going to be working with next year. I've already picked it for my Lenten Bible study. So I look forward to sharing this with my people that come to my Wednesday Bible study group next year. So when I get back to the office, I'm going to have to start work on my National Coming Out Day service. This is a service that is now in its 11th year. We hold it at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, Long Beach. I do it out in Long Beach because it's about a via media. It's the midway point between Los Angeles and Orange County, so people can come to the service, which is a service of music, stories, and prayer. Mostly, people share their coming out story as it has affected their faith. And then we have music between each story. The past few years, we've had a sibling or a parent talk about their gay or lesbian child and how that child has enriched their lives. It's a service of healing, it's a service of emotion, but it's all about honesty. How people in the church share their story to the church. Then in November, I'm going to do my service, which I created, entitled the All Souls Lantern Festival. What I've done is taken the Celtic service, based on the changing of the seasons, and melded it with the Japanese Lantern Festival, where, you know, they take little candles and put them in a lantern and send them out on the water. Well, we don't have water in La Cañada, but we do have a big lawn. And what I do is transform the lawn into an ocean. You can see a picture up here of our service. Well, I'll be doing that on All Souls Weekend. And I have to revamp that service every year and work out the logistics for it. So I've got 2 outreach services coming up in October and in November. Every Tuesday, in a place located in La Cañada, I have a group called Mindful Walking. And what we do is show up every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I hand them a slip of paper that has a quote on it. They're given 40 minutes to walk around the garden, and then we converge and meet outdoors in a cafe area, and everyone shares their insights. We have a group of about 8 to 10 people that walk weekly, and I haven't seen them since May, so I look forward to getting back with them, and I'll bring you a whole video about this process, mindful walking. God bless, stay cool, and I'll see you next time.